Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of the Value of the Phoenix podcast. If you're new here, my name is Patrice, and the Value of the Phoenix is just here to help you become that best version of yourself that you want to become. So in today's episode, we're actually going to be focusing on abundance and feeling, stepping into that state of feeling as though you deserve what it is that you actually want out of life. So one of our recent videos, all to do with feeling deserving, has done really, really well in numbers. And so I feel like it's something that I want to touch on because clearly a lot of people want to step into that state of feeling deserving, feeling worthy, feeling as though they deserve what it is that they actually desire out of life. So make sure you stick around because we are going to discuss all things abundance and feeling deserving. So on this channel, we primarily focus on the teachings of Neville Goddard and the law of assumption. And that is basically just the idea that your beliefs, your assumptions, or should I say your dominant beliefs and your assumptions dictate what your life is going to look like. So essentially, your thoughts create your reality. And all of these things are related to your self-concept, your idea of yourself, who you think you are, and what you essentially think you are deserving of. So essentially, if you believe that you are abundant, if you believe that you are deserving, if you believe that you are capable of doing something, that is what will come to fruition in your life. But with the law of assumption, it also highlights that if you think the opposite, i.e. if you have dominant beliefs that you're not deserving, that you're not capable, or that you're stuck, for example, that is what is going to show up in your life. It is all to do with your dominant assumptions, whether they are positive, negative, or anything in between. So essentially what the law of assumption is saying is that what you think and feel internally will reflect in your external, i.e. in your reality, in your life. But here's the key. In order for you to actually attract what it is that you want, you have to already believe that it is yours. And that is stepping into the state of the wish fulfilled. It's essentially about embodying the things that you desire or the person that you want to be. You have to step into that state now. You have to believe that it is already yours now, rather than you sitting around waiting for it. You have to decide it is mine now. So one of the blocks that we can have as people is that even though we can say that we want things, we can put things out there to say, I want that thing. This is how I want to be. This is what I desire in my life. If you actually do not feel as though you are deserving of that, if you do not deep down believe that you are actually capable of having those things, it's going to be really difficult for you to attract those things into your life. So if you're wanting to attract abundance into your life in whatever way it could be, whether that's with your career, with money, with your finances, whatever it could be, abundance of love, whatever it could be, if you do not believe that you are deserving of it, it's not going to be able to come to you fully in the way that you want it to. So this is something that I really had to grapple with when I first started out on my self-concept journey. And it's basically just to do with the fact that you can visualize all day, you can say your affirmations all day, but if deep down you still have those hardcore limiting beliefs, or deep down you feel like you actually don't deserve certain things, it's going to be hard for you to actually have those things in your life. And that is where self-concept comes into play. And I absolutely love self-concept. I love the fact that I have learned about this, because since learning about self-concept, my life has really changed for the better. It has allowed me to become a lot more of an optimistic person. It's allowed me to see things from a different perspective that maybe I didn't used to before. It's allowed me to live a much more fulfilling life. It's allowed me to stop caring so much about what people think. And essentially, it has allowed me to achieve my goals, make more money, have more fun, and just live a much more happy, fulfilling life. Your self-concept is all about the story that you tell yourself about you, about who you are, about what you think you deserve, about everything to do with you. It all starts with you. And this just in general plays a huge part in your life, whether you are trying to, consciously manifest or not. What you believe about yourself will literally dictate what your life looks like. If you've been telling yourself for years that you're not good enough, or that, those kind of things only come to those kind of people, or you just have this really negative mindset about you in relation to abundance, those thoughts become deeply ingrained in your subconscious. So even if you try to manifest a better life for yourself, subconsciously you're actually blocking it, because deep down you don't feel like you are worthy of the things that you're actually going after. But that doesn't mean that things can stay that way. You can reprogram your subconscious mind. You can retrain your mind so that rather than it focusing so much on the negative, you allow it to focus more on the positives. You allow it to focus more on the things that you actually want out of your life. You deserve the life that you desire. I will repeat that again. You deserve the life that you truly desire. But you really have to feel that truth on a deeper level in order for you to actually manifest that into your reality. You have to truly believe that it is yours already. And since I've figured this out and understood what it means to actually go after the life that you actually want, it has actually allowed me to remove things that are in the way, that are essentially blocking me from having those things. I have now like a tunnel vision of what I want. And because I know what I want, I'm not allowing myself to be swayed to things that, might only be 50% of my manifestation or 75% of my manifestation. I know what I want. Therefore, I am going to receive what it is that I want. It's already mine. So how do you work on your self-concept in order to attract that abundance and feel deserving of what it is that you want? So you can say affirmations, you can do visualization, and you can also embody the person that it is that you want to be. You have to embody it. So all of these three things will essentially get you to where it is that you need to be. If you do all three of those things, you will get there. So let's have a look at affirmations to begin with. Affirmations are incredibly powerful, and I feel like in this day and age, when people talk about affirmations, they make it kind of seem as though it's this like new thing that you're doing. But really, you affirm things to yourself every single day without realizing it. I have been witness to people that, have said like, oh, I always make that mistake, or oh, I always do this, I always do that. That is you affirming those things. That is you professing that that is true of you. So when people talk about affirmations and make it seem like it's this new thing that people have just started doing over the last few years or whatever it is, actually not. You are affirming things to yourself in your day-to-day life, sometimes without you even realizing it. And that is where your subconscious comes into play. Your subconscious essentially carries all of the information about yourself, all of the beliefs that you have about yourself, good, bad, and indifferent. It doesn't care. It is all stored in your subconscious. Your thoughts come from your subconscious. And whether you realize it or not, because sometimes it's difficult to pay attention to things that you have literally just been thinking all of your life. It can be difficult for you to pinpoint to yourself, oh, I actually don't think that I'm good enough. It can be hard for you to do that because essentially that has become the norm for you. You just generally just think that way anyway. So why would you pick up on something that you just think anyway? When it comes to affirmations, it's about actively putting positive affirmations into your subconscious mind, rather than just allowing your subconscious to just play in the background all of the stuff that essentially hasn't been serving you, all of the negative dominant beliefs that you have about yourself that are literally just running in the background of your mind. And whilst they're running in the background of your mind, they are actually dictating the choices that you make about yourself. So if you don't feel like you're good enough and your subconscious is playing that tune in the back of your mind, you are going to make decisions based on feeling as though you are not good enough. You will make choices based on a person that doesn't think that they can do certain things. That is how your subconscious mind works. So what I love about affirmations is that it gives you the opportunity to start changing those dominant negative beliefs, i.e. those limiting beliefs that you have. It allows you to slowly start picking at those negative beliefs that you have, that negative thinking that you have about yourself, because everyone has it. Everyone has limiting beliefs. And most of the time, if not all of the time, those limiting beliefs all boil back down to this one main limiting belief, which is a fear of not being good enough, of not being deserving. So affirmations are there to help you on your mental diet, which is basically the diet that you have up here. So, if you wanted to eat a bit more healthily, you would go on a food diet, for example, where you would restrict yourself from eating certain unhealthy foods. Mental diet is basically the same thing, but for your mental. So you will essentially be working on getting rid of those unhealthy habits that are in your mental diet. And with affirmations as well, you have to say the affirmation as if it is already true. You don't say, "Oh, I wish I was more abundant." That's wishful thinking. That's not what affirmations are about. You need to say now, in this present moment, even if your life, your reality is showing you that this is not what it is, you have to say it as if it is. So rather than saying, "Oh, I wish I was abundant," you change that. "I am abundant. I am." So the first affirmation is rooted in lack because, like I said before, it is that like wishful thinking. "Oh, if only. Oh, I wish." That is rooted in lack. And we focused on that in one of our previous episodes to do with desperate energy and a lack mindset, which you should definitely check out. I feel like that was a really good one. But that first statement is rooted in so much lack and uncertainty, whereas "I am abundant" assumes that abundance is already yours. It is yours now. So where do you start with your affirmations? You need to start by figuring out what your limiting beliefs actually are. Because once you figure out what your limiting beliefs are, you can create affirmations that basically counter those limiting beliefs. That is essentially the best place to start because you want to get to the core of those limiting beliefs. You don't just want to be saying, any old affirmations that don't have any relevance to what it is that you actually want out of life. You want to say affirmations that are specific to you, your limiting beliefs, and what you truly desire for yourself. So we do actually offer custom affirmations. So if that is something that you are interested in, please leave us a comment and we will get back to you. Okay, so good old visualization. So at the start of my self-concept journey, I wasn't really visualizing that much. I was more focused on affirmations, whereas I feel like now I'm a lot more into visualization and seeing what it is that I really, really want rather than just like speaking it in terms of affirmations. Obviously, the two work really well together, but just at this moment, I'm really, really loving visualization. And it is essentially just there to create a picture in your mind of what it is that you actually want out of your life. If you can visualize something that you want, it makes it so much easier for you to know that it is something that is within your grasp. If you can't visualize your goals, if you can't visualize achieving your goals, having what it is that you desire, it's going to be really hard for you to manifest it because you can't see it. So you don't essentially know what it is that you're working towards. So that's why I absolutely love visualization. It just creates this like perfect like picture, almost like a movie in your mind of what it is that you actually want. And with visualization as well, you not only can see it, you can almost create the emotions that come with it. You can create in your mind, what it would look like, what it would feel like, what it would be like in that situation in terms of really small, like little details, like what you're wearing, what you can smell, what you can see. And so visualization just creates a really, really strong visual in your mind of what it is that you want. And I think that that is very, very powerful. Now, I don't want you to think that you should just be sitting there daydreaming all day. That is not what visualization is about. It is about allowing your brain to accept that new reality as true. It's about teaching your subconscious mind that the abundance is already here. And lastly, embodying your future self. Oh, this just makes me so happy. And this is the part that will help you to keep going. Because when you start to embody your future self, the person that you know that you want to be, or the person that has your desire, you will start making the decisions of that future self. And essentially, that is how you become that future self. You take the steps needed to become that person, and then you are that person. You become that person. It really is that simple. It is all about giving yourself the opportunity to become that person. If you don't give yourself the opportunity, if you don't try, you're not going to get there. You have to show your brain that you are capable of doing it. You have to show your brain that you can take the steps to get there. And don't get me wrong, on your self-concept journey, there are going to be times where you take 10 steps forward and 3 steps back. That is just how life can go sometimes, but it's all about the persistence. If you are able to keep going, even in the face of adversity, because that will be the true sign that you have changed. When it seems like things are going wrong, or when it seems like things are really tough, if you can still push forward and choose yourself and work on your self-concept, you will get there. You will get what it is that you truly desire. So I want you to really sit and think about how your future self would act. How do they act? How do they walk? How do they talk? How do they do their hair? How do they dress? How do they make themselves feel? How do they make other people feel? What are the things that makes them great? That is what you should be focusing on, and that is what you need to embody. So like I said, it's a step-by-step process. You could even just start off by just saying, okay, my future self, she does her hair like this. Therefore, tomorrow when I wake up, that's how I'm going to do my hair. Those are the small steps that end up getting you to your goal, that end up getting you to be that person that you want to be. And when you do that, you'll actually find that naturally you start to attract things into your reality based off of you taking those little chances on yourself, you putting yourself out there, you doing the things that your future self would be doing. It attracts abundance, it attracts opportunities to you, because by taking those steps, you're actually aligning yourself with the experiences and the opportunities that the new you would actually have. So it just brings you one step closer to your goals. Okay, so in order for you to actually get to where you want to be, you have to be consistent. Guys, consistency is the key to everything in life. And I mean everything. And I just want to break it down for you, because consistency can mean so many things in so many areas of your life that I need to just delve into it a little bit further. So in order for you to achieve your fitness goals, for example, you need to be consistent with your eating habits, and you also need to be consistent with working out, going to the gym, physical activity. In order for you to achieve your career goals, you have to be consistent with what it is that you want to achieve. You have to stick to your goals. You have to stick to things that you've said that you're going to do. You have to be consistent with it. In relationships, you also have to be consistent in the effort that you make, consistent in the way that you show up for people, whether it be platonic relationships or romantic relationships. And also another thing is that consistency also needs to be coming to you. So when it comes to relationships, one of the easiest ways for you to tell whether someone is supposed to be in your life, a friend or a lover, partner, whoever it is. Are they being consistent? Are their actions and their words consistent? Are their efforts consistent? Is their love consistent? This is what will dictate whether they should be in your life or not. So yeah, you can't just sit back and just wait for abundance to just, fall into your lap. You have to be consistent with it. So let's wrap things up. In order for you to attract abundance and to feel deserving, you have to work on your self-concept. You have to be dedicated to yourself. You have to be dedicated to the desires that you want out of life as well. You have to show yourself that you are dedicated and consistent with you. You have to believe that things are already yours. Your desires, they are already yours. You just have to shift your subconscious mind, those limiting beliefs that you have, those negative thoughts that keep on popping up. You have to shift that internal world in order for you to reflect new things into your external world. So start assuming that the best is already yours. Start assuming that you are deserving of wonderful things now. Even if those wonderful things are not showing up in your life right now, just have faith that they are going to show up. Why? Because you deserve it. So guys, thank you for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure to give us a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to the channel as well if you are interested in all things manifestation, affirmations, and becoming the best version of yourself. If you've got any questions, please leave a comment. Let us know what you're manifesting. Let us know if you have any questions. But yes, until next time, just remember, abundance is already yours. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.